Hey,
Yo, how's it going?
not bad, man. How are you?
Good. Um, so I know this is basically like a follow. I believe you wanted this to be like a follow up session to the first one. Uh,
Sorry to betray you there, but no, I just went back to Swain.
oh,
So I've been using Pantheon on that on like a Smurf account.
uh,
My mentality over wanting to go over some Swain stuff today is that with Pantheon, the skill is like a lot less. So I still have a lot more to do before I think I'm ready to ask for more stuff because I'm looking at some of my replays for my Pantheon games and I'm getting some really basic
yeah,
shit like totally wrong. Versus my Swain, I think the help could probably be better used there.
yeah.
So that's what I would like to do today.
Okay, cool. So you said could we use 30 minutes on two VODs? Like we can do that. But it basically comes down to why we're opening each VOD because most of the time, one VOD we could talk. I mean, I could talk about one person, a specific VOD for hours, right? There's so much stuff to talk about. So it all depends on what we're looking for, like why you want to open up each VOD, what we're gonna talk about, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So the two that I had in mind, the reason why I was thinking of going over two is because they were like really different scenarios. So one of the games I was looking at, I won lane, I had like a slight lead. Um, I was level up and maybe 10, 20 CS up, and I was in a position to carry, and then we lost that game. So that's something I don't really have a. So that's something I was looking for help for. And then the other VOD was like total opposite. Like I think I left lane like 0 and 6 to this Fizz, and then we
Okay.
somehow won that game. So super different scenarios, and that's why I was thinking, okay, maybe some of the stuff. Oh, and the matchups were really different too. It was a Fizz that I lost to versus the Malzahar that I won against.
Mm.
So like so many factors were different between the two that's why I was thinking I was going over to.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, like to go over the lane, like for example, to go over the lane against Fizz, like that's definitely going to take longer than 30 minutes. Odds are, because it's not just going to be, here's your small mistake here. It's probably going to be a bunch of mistakes, and same with the other thing, like because I mean, I can try as hard as I can to cram in, all these concepts, uh, to like shut like because you said it was a game where like you got fed but couldn't carry like that. It's hard to go over a VOD like that in 30 minutes, but we can see how far we get, or we can just like start and you tell me if like you just want to cut it there and like you just tell me when you want to switch to the next one. I'd be fine with
Um,
that.
yeah. Honestly, I'm down to. I think that would be worth the effort if you'd be okay with that. Like we can skip the laning phase and just cut to the part where I'm
Yeah.
like in the lead versus the Mals, and then later we can just go over like just the laning phase for the Fizz. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure. You tell me when you want to swap to the other VOD, because
All right.
yeah, that would be the hard part for me to tell.
Okay,
Um,
sure. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the time.
so I remember. I think your IGM was probably 5 mid. Right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm using.
Okay. So which the first one you want to go over?
All right, so the one versus the Mals, it's the one I lost. I went 5-4-9. You see that?
Five, four,
Am I
nine.
sharing or are you sharing?
Three
I will.
months.
Okay.
You.
Oh yeah, you were fed this one. Heavy team, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
22
winnable.
kill ADC. 23k gold. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, this is a 40-minute banger. Yeah. We'll go over this as fast as we can.
I
Cause
have.
like,
I was watching this replay already. I know some things that I did wrong towards the end. I just didn't realize Neela was so fed, so I just targeted everyone else. That's an easy way to lose a game, but I'm sure I
no,
can.
that's actually the way what you want to do. I
Yeah.
actually just made a video on that where well, I mean, it depends what we're talking about. So, if we're just talking like basically if they have like a giga fed bot lane, like they're coming out of lane really fed, you want to try to make plays away from them to get really fed off the other members of the enemy team until you're strong enough to deal with that threat. But if you're just talking about like in team fights, you're focusing the wrong person, then I guess that would apply. But
30 seconds until minions
you can see my
spawn.
screen, right?
I can. Yeah. So if you want, we can just like skip to
Minions
maybe
have
like 9 minutes
spawned.
or 12 minutes, like maybe when I've already gotten a lead, because.
Okay. So just to be since we are going to skip this, just to be clear, the reason why I normally never skip laning phase VODs because, you know, the way this game works, it's like the more fed you are faster, right, from not letting the enemy mid laner get away with shit, the easier the game will be, and you will affect the game more that way. But yeah, we'll skip just, you know, for the sake of time, but just so you know that. So let's see what we're looking like here. Yeah, like, see, you're not fed at all here. You're actually, you know, you're only 2 CS up. So this is, you know.
Okay.
But it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're at 10 minutes here. We'll just kind of speed through. How fed is the enemy bot lane already? Oh, they're not too fed yet. When the hell does this guy get 23 kills? Oh, it's just a 40-minute game, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's dead now. Wait, this slow. Is this slow now, right?
Yeah.
60%. Wow.
It's pretty busted.
Okay.
Cooldown is so low.
That is a pretty low cooldown for how good this is. It used to be a lot longer, I think.
Yeah, it got buffed. And people on Reddit are still complaining that Swain is too weak. Okay.
Wow, it's way shorter nowadays. What the fuck? What a low kill game for like a low elo game. Only 3. What the hell? 3 and 4?
I was still sane at this point in time.
Yeah, see. Like this is see, it's like I'm trying my best here, right? But like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this affects the game massively right here. Like, you're so far ahead of him. You're level 11. You have level 11 ult as Swain, and this is going down right here. It's like you have 2 options here. Kill him or kill them. Those are the only 2. But you didn't do either of those. You sat here and let him clear the wave and move before you. That should never, ever happen when you're fed, especially on Swain. I mean, when you're ahead, especially on Swain, especially on a big power spike like level 11 ult. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a very, very big deal. That because, like, that's the beauty of being ahead of mid lane. It makes it so the enemy mid can't do shit, and you get to do everything. So, like, this fight right here that you should be at, look how free this is.
Yeah.
This is a game-changing play for you guys.
It's as if I'm losing here.
Right, exactly. That's why it's so... And now look. So, like, this fight, the only reason this went, like, anyone died at all was because Mal's moved before you when that shouldn't happen. I think it was a good try to like, flash E to cancel it, but not as, you know, not the biggest deal. You should be able to kill people here still, but...
Right, they should be there anyway.
Yeah. Ah, no way this guy gets away, too. Yeah.
He does.
I should have died, too. Are you auto-attacking? I can't really blame you, I guess, for Random's living. So, yeah, that's a very, very, very important part of the... Oh, this guy's still here?
He gets away.
No way he lives. Okay, so let's talk about this, because he should never live. He queued him? Okay, look. Biggest mistake players make here in low elo is using using your CC. The thing they will watch. He will, if you don't throw E at all, he'll juke himself out anyway. So, like, look, you never have to throw E. That makes you stop moving, right?
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do
is
right. All you have to do is auto and keep standing right on top of him and just Q him to death. And if he ever, like, he's eventually gonna have to go, you know, into one of these chokes to get away. Then you throw the E. You don't need the E, right?
I could even wait for Flay and then E after he flays.
Yep, exactly. So, because, like, see, that's the only reason he could live here. That was fine. Honestly, it's unfortunate that he has Glacial. But, yeah, here's where your E is, like, right here, right? So, yeah, just try to keep that in mind. That's a really common problem in lower elo. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. You could get killed for something like that, but it's okay. Alright, so you are... not too... How is this...
Could you touch on that real quick? How I was killable there?
Yeah, so Swain's a champ where, like, you know, he's basically gated by mana and his ult cooldown, right? How much mana does your Q cost right now? Honestly, that's so much lower than I mean, that's actually a perfect amount, I think, because of the cooldown. Anyway, so because you haven't recalled yet, so where you should have recalled actually to not be in danger was like right here after you pushed this wave with the after you tried to kill the Thresh and couldn't kill him, you should have recalled here.
I can't go for the tower there?
No, because so like this guy, look how close he is to mid lane. And so if Rammus comes straight from base to here because you are overstaying, and so I mean what's the only way you can do this and confidently and be confident you're not going to die is if your train of thought was that, okay, I have top lane pushing, bot lane pushing, and I'm pushing. So like, what are the odds Rammus comes to me? That's really the only thing, because if we're looking at it like in a vacuum or whatever, like, you know, like not taking into account that top and bot are pushing, you are a Swain with low mana, overstaying really hard. You don't have ult. So if they try to, if he comes around the corner, Rammus, if he just comes straight to here, there's no way you can survive. You don't have flash, you don't have ult. You know, you just kind of just roll over and die.
Got it. I see it now. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just kind of overstaying after a fight, and then you like stayed even longer.
Yeah.
So then they really could have been here. Okay. So no one's too fed yet.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That guy's griefing. Oh. See, so here. So as you can see, this is why it's going to be hard to make this 30 minutes, because like this is a 40-minute game, but all the most important mistakes are going to be in these like 10 minutes we're about to go through. Like, look, how is this guy not dead? Right here.
I was thinking I didn't have a lead on E, so if I just throw it and then someone comes, I'm just dead. So I'm like, I'll just go for the safe option. But should I just kind of go in there?
Yeah, because like he's walking up way too far. Like, you need to be thinking of it like, okay, he needs to respect you, let you get prio. If he walks up at all, he dies. That's just it, because that's actually what happens. He even just used his ult. So even if someone shows up, he's irrelevant. He doesn't even do anything. Like, he's too far behind, or not behind, but he is behind, but he's not strong enough. Miles is like a 3-item spike champ. So the fact that he walked up this far and didn't get hit by E, like, you don't even have to hit him with E. You could put W behind him, turn on your ult, and walk at him, and he's dead. That's it.
Yeah, I could have done that.
And like, you have information. You have information of other people. So like, and the only threats for you right now are CC. That's the only way for them to kill you. They don't have the Mal's ult. Rammus and Thresh are here, and that's the CC. So yeah, this is just a free kill. You wouldn't even need to ult him. You could, if you just land E and W, that's it. You just stand on top of him and kill him to death. And then you go from here after killing him to here, because mid diff. But now he's actually going to be able to affect this fight. Okay, like luckily he didn't move. You almost let it. So let's just talk about this real quick. Like right here, when you like right here, you should be thinking if he takes a step this way, like he's dead. Like you cannot let him go through here. He has to take the long way around. That's what mid prio like is. You know, you move first. He has to take the long way. But see, like, you walked backwards there. So, and then he walked forward. So if you walk backwards, he went this way. Now he's getting there first.
I think at this point in the game, I'm looking at like the fight as well. So I'm thinking, okay, I probably could solo Mal's here, but this is probably worse if we lose this, right? Like, this is something that I could actually turn.
Well, no.
Yeah.
So the reason, and this actually goes back to my initial point of like the VOD of, man, this game. Well, scoreboard's fucked. But anyway, so the reason why this fight is not as important or like the reason why you don't just disregard him is because you are not fed enough yet to just be like, okay, I am fed enough to just 1v9 this game, right? So like any kill you can get right now to get you to that point is very important. You know, it's not like this guy's 0-6. He's not worth that much gold. You're already 7 kills. You know you can carry the fight. You know, he walked up, he griefed, he needed to die for it. Now you get a little bit more fed. And if this fight is lost, like if you see your teammates losing this fight, you don't go. It's fine. That doesn't matter. As long as you are constantly funneling gold into yourself. At this point in the game, basically, until like the way this game works is like from laning phase to 20 minutes, it's about getting as much gold as you can before the important objective spawns, Baron, right? That's like when shit gets real and you need to be strong, because if you're not strong enough to like kind of carry things, then the enemy team wins one fight, they take Baron, it's very hard to win the game at that point.
That makes sense to me, and I'm thinking like again, if I go to that fight versus like leaving the mouse, right? Because I could like maybe he gets away, but if I go to the fight, I lock people down and I kill a bunch of people. I'm thinking that the reward there is a lot more, but I guess it's a lower probability play. I guess is how I should think about it.
Well, that's one piece, but the key here is that Mao's already was dead. He already died right here, so you can do both. You can E him. You don't have to ult him to kill him. He already used ult and everything. So he already died right here. If he's back here respecting you like he needs to be, then yeah, you shove the wave and you leave him. You can't force it. You can't just run at him and kill him if he doesn't walk up, like overextend. But he's so overextended here, it's like crazy. He's overextended if he's like here, even though your E doesn't reach, because if he walks this way or this way and you put a W behind him, now he has to change his path and you could catch him. But point is, he's dead right here 100% of the time if you throw E. Or just put W behind, or whatever you want to do. You can just walk at him.
Sure.
So you kill him, and then you look at the fight, and if it looks like the fight's still going on, because it's not going to take you long to kill him, and it looks like a good fight, then yeah, you go here next. But this is the 100% guaranteed gold with no risk involved. So if he's gonna suicide, you take that all day, whereas this is not necessary for you to come in here and win this fight to win the game. For how much risk is involved.
Right. Yeah, the mouse is guaranteed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can look at it that way.
That's like how you want to look at. That's actually League in general. It's all about. That's actually like low risk, high reward consistency plays. It's not really about like the I have to 1v4, 1v3, make big plays. Giga 5-head macro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this guy needed to die. Because, like, yeah, if you kill him and this fight looks like shit, you push down mid, take that tower. You're still getting gold. Because, see, like, here, look. Notice, look, I really want you to pay attention to this. This is very, very bad. This, like, wait, chat, how do I zoom out again? Coach, by the way, how do I zoom out of, like, all the way out? There's, like, a fucking keybind where I can zoom out further. I forget it, though. Anyone know? Someone knows. Control-Shift-Z. Thank you, Mr. Matt Wolf. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit, you could do that?
Ah, yeah. So, this is a much better view. So, this scenario, like, okay, let me break it down like this. First of all, your top laner is dead, right? Now, if you killed the enemy mid, this is 4v4. But you didn't kill the enemy mid. And look, this isn't a fight where, like, you guys have them pincered and you can just force the fight and make use of the fact that this guy was over here. They're in a position where, like, they can just, like, they are controlling this area. They have total control over this area at the moment. And its numbers, now they have 5 and you have 4. Do you see why this is not a good scenario at all?
I do, yeah.
And like, you might be able to carry the fight. You are level 13. You're pretty strong. But the risk here is so insanely high. Of course, this fucking cringe ass. This game. It's okay. They don't have that much money. It's okay. We can forgive them.
Small indie company.
Yeah, small company. Scoreboard can't work. It's fine. So I need the scoreboard because I need to show you. Where was that? Was it right here? Yeah, it was. Okay. So look at the bounties here, right? So like, you guys have a lot of bounties. You have two big bounties. And like, you don't need to win this fight to win the game at the moment. You're already ahead. You don't need this dragon to win the game. So the risk here is insanely high. If you guys die here, that totally that could swing the game back in their favor easily just from the bounties. So the risk here is very high, and the reward isn't actually that high because you're already winning. You already are in the lead. You don't have to do anything crazy. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. This is that thing where if you're winning, you should be taking less risks because the losing people should have to take more just to get back into it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Now, and like, see, that all connects back to this, the Malzahar. Yeah. How much better of a play that, like, why that play needed to happen.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Okay. E. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, so you guys would have been nice if like you guys actually, or if that actually landed, but sadly nothing you can do. She dashed. See, so like this is the classic I want to lose play. Like, okay, our top laner's not here. So did you know your top laner wasn't here in the first place?
I don't think so. No, I don't think I was paying attention.
That's what it seems like. Because like,
I think I was like, I'm strong. Let's walk in. That's a good idea.
Like if a good player here, you know, like fundamentally sound says, oh, okay, our top laner's not there. Like that you ping these ding dongs to get out of here, because why are they here? Like too, when you guys, it's 5v4 and you guys are already winning, so there's no point. You ping them away. If they stay, they stay. You go, you push this. Look at all this. You get this, 2 cannon waves up here. You know how much gold that is? That's.
Wait, can you back up? You wanted me to go top here, or what are you?
You push mid, grab this, and then like if they want to keep fucking around here, whatever. Like you're gonna go from mid to top. You're gonna grab all of that, and another wave to fully push this in. That's gonna give you like 600 gold. That's 2 kills worth. That's like 2 kills worth of gold, maybe more. And the risk though, that's the key.
Yeah, the risk is zero. Maybe I get 2 kills here, but it's a coin flip.
Yeah,
it's actually a weighted coin flip because we don't have Darius.
Yeah, and it's a play that can lose you the game. You know, like it can completely throw the game. So there's no reason to ever be here and just do this little dance like this for when you're in a, like, the enemy team. Luckily, you know, this is low elo. If they had map awareness, they know Darius is dead and they just go in and force this 5v4, right? And that's what will happen when, you know, the higher elo you get, they will like punish you for stuff like this. Oh, nice. Can't see dragon health. First the scoreboard, now the dragon health. Anything else? Anyway, so yeah. Also, you should always take that blue. Tell that guy to fuck off. You're Swain.
Not sure if this is an overstay. I'm like
medium
on staying here.
Oh no, you're definitely not overstaying. Like you I mean, you only have 900 gold, and it would be to get like a Fiendish Codex, right? Like you're not getting much on this recall. You honestly like just came out of base. To be honest, you're too. Why don't you ever throw your E like on like when people are out of position like this?
Oh, because I never hit it, because she has 2 dashes. To be honest, so I think that maybe this doesn't work when I get to better elos, but I've gotten a lot of success just kind of burning people's mental stack, making them think that I'm going to throw E, because literally every other player will throw E. But then I just Q and walk away, and I get free damage that way. Versus if I don't have my E, then suddenly I'm a lot more killable, right?
Okay, so you're like halfway there. That's like, it's the right train of thought. It's just halfway. So yes, that's called like that's the classic, you know, like juking themselves out. Like they're gonna think you're gonna throw it, so they're gonna be moving back and forth, which lets you just walk up and Q them for sure. But once they start to get to the edge of the range, because that's the Swain sweet spot anyway, when they're like at the max range of it, then you can throw it because there's no risk. Like,
but that's a Neela who has like 2 dashes, right? Like, isn't there still a lot of risk? Like, she dashes to dodge the E, and then she dashes on me, and maybe I win that.
Oh, you win this very, very hard. Okay, so this is an archetype thing as well. So this is something that's always been how League kind of works. There's some exceptions like cringe ass champs like Samira. But even Samira here, like you're Swain. The Swain from even in the previous reworks, he is a champ that in the mid game like this, he's godlike. Like he's insane when he's ahead in the mid game. You're a solo laner, so you have levels on her. So if we look at each player's gold, you guys have equal gold, right? But you have 2 levels up. You normally can say a level is worth like 1,000 to 1,500 gold. So you actually have like 2 to 3K more than her just in levels. And then
true? That's so much.
And then on top of that, you're a mid game spike. She's a late game ADC carry. So archetype wise, you stomp her. On top of all this, you also have a stopwatch. On top of that, you're right next to your tower. The risk here is almost 0. And you will smoke her.
So, like, I still believe that my E is, like, very reactable. Like, if I throw it here, she just dodges it. So, but you're saying even if she dodges that and then, like, goes on to me, I still super win
Oh,
that,
yeah,
right?
I'm wanting to be close, yeah.
Okay.
And it's basically just like, yeah, chuck it out if it lands. Because, like, you know, yes, it is very reactable. But these players, you know, this is, you know, no offense, of course. This is low elo for a reason, right? Okay. Like, they're going to make mistakes. But, bro, even if I'm her, I'll fuck up sometimes and like try to dodge it, but I fuck up my mouse precision, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't hurt to throw it out when there's no risk here. Now, like I said, you are halfway there with that train of thought. There are times where it's better to hold it because you're vulnerable without it, you know, because it's way riskier. But here you have to understand the whole thing between being a solo laner versus an ADC, being Swain, and, you know, you have a stopwatch. All of these factors you have to already know here. And she cannot walk up like that. That is some grief shit. She knew, too. She knew, oh, shit, like, I'm in danger. She ran. So, yeah, you can just chuck it out because she... So, actually, even better. When I say they juke themselves out, like, so look, you Q her here. So, if you walk at her here and you throw E, where is she going to dash to right now?
Whichever direction I am not throwing E in, right?
Well, it's a targeted dash.
Oh, shit. Okay, I need to read my fucking ability descriptions.
Oh, did you not know this was a targeted dash?
No, I don't
Okay, well,
know
that makes a
anything
lot
about
more sense. Okay, that makes a lot more sense that you were thinking, of course she would dodge it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see why I'm saying, like, she could easily fuck that up? Because it's a targeted dash, so she has to dash to something.
Got it.
So she can't just dash away from you.
She can, like, only dash to the minions then, or myself, I guess, if she wanted to end.
And she's not even in range for these right now.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, if you just walked at her and did, like, your concept of holding it, and then they put themselves in a spot where, oh shit, they're fucked, then you throw it, right? You don't have to throw it when she's here and she has all these different options, but she does have to run away from you, and she knows.
Yeah.
All that makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. By the way, remember, tell me when you want to switch to the other VOD, because, you know, I am trying to go through as fast as possible, but
yep, I appreciate
as you can see.
Maybe, like, yeah. I mean, you know, we're already getting a lot of value out of this, so I'm happy with how this is going.
Uh-oh. Wait. How did she just get a double kill? I thought she was just in mid lane. Am I trolling? Okay. So now, actually, we can talk about something else. Something even more important. All right, see if chat knows too. Chat, what's the most important thing in the game? What's the most important macro concept? Do you know, Pryfi?
Push this shit first.
Let me see what chat says before I answer. Damn, some of you actually do pay attention, huh? Yeah, mid-prio. Mid-priority, right? It's the number one thing. It dictates the entire game, even at the literal highest level. Professional level, it dictates everything. So, here, you have 2 options. We already talked about the fact that, like, you could kill her. But before you even do that, you have 2 options. Try to kill her, or shove this wave and get ready to move to the next thing because you have mid-prio, right? But you didn't do either. That makes it even a bigger problem that you didn't ever try to throw out E to stop her and try to kill her because she was overextended. So if you're just like, okay, I think it's too risky to kill her, I don't think I can, I'm just going to shove the wave first. That's fine. If you think I can kill her, I'm going to try to kill her. That's also fine. But you have to do one of them. Because, like, this is how you become, like, this is how you have more impact on the game so you can carry games like this. You have to, because every little thing you do in this game, it can be so important and change everything. Look, because if you shove this right here, what happens? This wave walks in, she has to collect it here. You're walking to here. Now she has to face check this, face check this. You know, she can't just go from here to here. If I'm the enemy team, this is like another classic macro concept of like when you're behind and you don't have your tower like this, sometimes it gives you a roam timer that you wouldn't normally have because the tower's not here. So if the enemy team griefs and doesn't push the wave, you have a time to move. And that's what's happening here. You're kind of just like, you know, doing nothing. You didn't try to kill her. You're not pushing the wave. So now look what happens over here. It's very similar to what happened with the Mals earlier. A level 11 Neela should never be able to just like move from mid lane like this. You should, and if you push this and she just leaves anyway, then you can just go to here. That's fine. You just take the tower. But you have to make them lose something important. But look, this is all she's going to lose. What, these 2 CS? Right? So,
Shut down.
you didn't do either, and now she just got away with that and didn't lose anything.
Right, I see.
And that's what you'll see the higher level you go, especially if you do end up getting to the like high elo, you'll really understand the feeling of being like choked out of a game because you can't push mid wave ever. So because like what happens when you can't push mid wave is, you can't get control of your jungle.
Team double kill.
So you try to go here, someone's waiting there for you already. You can't get control of your jungle, you can't move. The map's dark, and you just lose.
Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. Shout out to that Fizz game. We'll probably move on to that if you want that.
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh, like that feeling that you're describing, where like I just can't do anything on the map because I'm losing like that. That happens actually in the Fizz game. That we'll probably move on to.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know when. Okay. This is a big fight here. Oh my god, Swain is so fucking strong at this point in the game. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. I might play some more Swain.
It's great, dude.
He's actually fun. I loved old Swain. He was one of my most played. So, okay.
Please try comic once. It's great.
So, one thing I noticed here, though. Okay, so, like we talked about earlier, you are Swain. You're fed Swain at 20 minutes in, level 13. This is like the not as strong as you get. Obviously, Swain getting death capped, like it's party time once he gets that. But relative to the enemy team right now, you're really, really strong. You have a stopwatch, so you should have way more. What's the word? It's almost like you thought you would lose this here. Which
yeah, well, I mean, look at if you do the Control Shift Z thing, like this is another like just team fight positioning. Like there's 4 of them in a death ball. I have myself and Zeri, and then Nami's in Brazil, and I don't know where the other 2 people are.
Yeah, so
that's why I'm thinking I'll lose that.
Yeah, so the problem here is like you do play a lot of Swain. I don't know if it's because you don't limit Tessa enough, or you don't just quite realize how strong you are at the time compared to the enemy team. And their champions. Like, there's multiple things here. It's like, okay, Nasus, he's not strong right now at all. Mal's not strong at all. He needs to scale. Neela, she's also an ADC. She only has 1 item. She's actually not that strong either at the moment. Rammus, he's just CC. It's like, and they have to kill a Swain with a stopwatch and ult on who's healing nonstop. This is very, like, there is no world ever that you lose here. So, like, and you'll see, like, look, they barely do anything to you. Look, see, like, you're running away here. You should be going in. Honestly, I would say your stopwatch was too early. Because...
Yeah, I took a lot less damage than I thought I was going to there, for sure. A lot of this is just game knowledge, honestly, like you just said. Because, like, yeah, I totally think that I lose that 4v2, and if I have the knowledge of, like, okay, I'm really strong here versus these enemy champions, then, yeah, I can just walk in.
Yeah, because you want to use the stopwatch here almost to, like, bait them. Because the why this play is so important is, like, they also think there's no world that you win. But if you know your champ better than they do, then you go in, you bait them into thinking they can kill you. Then you have stopwatch like later on, like after they're getting low, you're getting low. They think they can finish you. You stopwatch, then everybody dies, you know, and then like you guys could maybe get Baron from something like this. But it was clear that you didn't think you would win when you started running away like this, when you should be going in, because like they might get away. Some of them might get away because of this. Luckily, you guys got 2 of them. But yeah, see, like more should have died for sure. Okay.
Alright, I think we can cut this one here, and then we can move on to the Fizz game.
Sure.
But yeah, that's already a lot to like. Even in a game where I think that I'm winning a lot, I'm able to see now like a lot of places where I just kind of didn't use any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was still like really valuable.
This is the Fizz game, right? Unless it's a different one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is actually
I have to like prepare my ego for this one, dude.
I mean, this matchup, I've played this one a lot, both sides. It's not. I guess it's irrelevant. To be honest, matchups, how they actually go, are irrelevant here. But basically, you have to really be fundamentally sound in the first like 4 or 5 levels, because if you don't have any kind of lead, level 6 can be a little tricky against Fizz as Swain, because he can dodge your shit so easily. He can like, he wants to basically pop your ult and then jump out. But if you're fed, you know, like if you get a lead early, then he can't really jump in without you potentially just killing him. But we'll see how this goes. It can be tough if you don't have like the fundamentals of knowing how to slow push, auto attacking when he goes for CS. Fizz is a champ that just gets worse the higher elo you get, and in these elos, this is like where he excels. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, you got to auto, like every time he walks up like that, Q auto. You should be autoing him a lot. Like yeah, like see, you can go even further. Like, so when there's these players don't really play against anyone that knows how to punish them properly and play these matches properly. So they do stuff like this where they do stuff like this where he walks up right here like this. This is some grief ass shit. This CS isn't even low. He doesn't have to walk up at all. He can't kill it yet, so what's the point in him walking up like this? He walked up so far that he's not just at your max auto range. He's at a range where like you can take another step forward, auto him, walk forward, auto him, auto him, auto him. If he tries to E on top of you, like you're gonna win. You have this entire wave. You'll just Q him point blank. He can't beat you. So like he's trolling and he needs to get punished for it, but you hit him with I think just one auto and turned around.
I really win that at level 1 standing in his casters, and if he's like 8 dashes into my melee range or something, or his melee range.
Because like your next Q that comes up, it's gonna like you're gonna hit him point blank. It's gonna kill like one of these anyway. He only has 2. You have all of these that are gonna be fighting for you, right? So it's very hard.
In this scenario, I'm walking towards him, so those casters aren't fighting for me, right?
No, they will, because he has to hit you. Right, like so, like if he jumps on you, it's okay. You walk towards him. If he turns to fight you, you're standing here. These will all hit him if you're standing here and he hits you here. The only way these don't hit him is if you're up here, like way deep here, but you're gonna be kiting him, right? So if he wants to all in you level 1, you know you're gonna be moving backwards if he tries to walk at you. You're gonna hit him and then move forward again. Like you're gonna be playing that, you know, back and forth. But like, you need to minimum hit him with like multiple autos here at least. You don't have to all in, but you got to hit him with more than this, because he moved up way too far for no reason. He's probably gonna do it again here in a sec too. Okay. Okay, here he comes. He's gonna E. Yeah. See, so before he does it, I know he's gonna do it, and you should know too, because there's 2. Think of it this way. There are 2 low health minions right here that his E will kill. And he knows that when he walks up, you're going to try to hit him with your Q. So
what I do then is walk up like where I am to bait him into that E, and then preemptively sidestep that, so he has to choose between Eing me and then Eing the minions, and then I Q. Is that right?
Well, you would basically just like walk up and you would just right click him to auto and just be ready for the E, because you can actually react to that and step backwards. And then you'll Q him. The biggest thing here is just not using Q when it's very clear he's going to use E to try to get these.
Yeah.
Because he's not reacting to your Q.
Yeah,
just,
no, this is just minions.
Yeah, he's just hoping that you'll use it. So yeah, he got away with that. Okay. Yeah, he's needed to take a lot more damage so far. That was good. E, Q, good. Auto. Alright, so that was just a misspacing. That was good.
Okay.
That was like good. Like right here, the little like your spacing here was good. Then you E, and then you Q. But like this is very slow. This E is very slow. Like to make it fast, he has to make the hitbox a lot smaller to where it won't connect. So if he just hangs in the air like this, he should never, like if you just click backwards, he can't hit you. It's impossible. But you move back.
I was thinking I have a wave with me, honestly. Like I was thinking, okay, I have 4 casters, he has nothing. I only have autos, but I'm thinking that I win that here, and I guess I don't.
Yeah, no, you don't win that because he now has his W, and these minions are going to be dying, like, to the tower. And you don't, like, if you have abilities, that's fine. Yeah, sure, like, scrap with him. But you don't have any abilities. He has his abilities. And, like,
my shit already, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have, like, it's not like you have this big wave defending you anymore. Like, this is, look, it's just 3 minions hitting him. And you can see he does a lot more damage. You can Q him here.
Yeah, I think I flash, yeah.
Yeah, so you actually didn't need to flash at all. And this is just kind of panic and not, like, kind of understanding Fizz. You know, like, he ignites you here, but how is he going to kill you from here?
Honestly, I just don't know the cooldowns of his thing. I'm like, oh god, when is his Q coming up? Wait, what?
He only has E and W.
Okay, yeah, I need to learn this fucking game. Okay.
So, like, you could just Q him. Like, honestly, you want him to fight you here. Look, you have an entire cannon wave with you. You can kill him right now. You Q him. You keep kiting. If he chases, when your E comes up, you pull him back into the cannon wave. You can kill him. But you panicked and, you know, didn't know his cooldowns or whatever it was. But you flash away when he's the one in danger right now. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then before to not even get to this position is probably what I would want to do if I were to redo this. And so that would just be when back when he's like under his tower, I just QE him and then just kind of back off because I don't know my shit for another couple seconds. Like still being here is probably is not good, right?
No, this was good. This was actually really good. The issue was right here. I'll show you. So like you could have even tried to throw an auto here, but look, he used this from a mile away. This should never hit you. But look, watch your movement. You walk away, it still won't hit you right here. But then you walk back towards him.
Yeah, I think he's going to use it more on the wave, but I guess, yeah, that hitbox covers the wave and me.
Yeah, this is the hitbox. You're just barely. So this would have been really, really good. If you dodge this, like, that would have been very, very, it would have been a nearly perfect trade. You just walk back into it because if you dodge this, you don't get slowed. He can't reach you, and then you're just wailing on him with autos the whole time. What can he do about it? But because you got slowed and he did this, yeah. So it was almost good. You just needed to make sure you dodge the E. Just walk out, dodge that, and then you would have been fine. So now, like I said, and this is what I figured would happen, is like you don't get a lead early on. Fizz's early game is pretty shit, like especially levels 1 and 2. Level 4, he starts to be like a real champ. But like, he should really never get you. He should almost never even damage you before level 3 because he doesn't have his Q and his E is too unreliable. Or like he can't just E in or he's gonna die. But because of what just happened, now you're at a range. You know, you're at an HP where this is what he wants because he does this much damage to you faster than you do that to him. He doesn't have Ignite, though, so if you pot up, you shouldn't really be killable, but this is where, like, you need to be getting a lead, and now you can't really get it, and now it's only going to get harder. Okay, you can still win it here though. This is where things get important. So he has a potion that he's not using, which is really good for you right now, because he doesn't have ignite, which is a lot of his kill pressure. But if he crashes this wave, then he gets to reset before you, which honestly should never happen in a range versus melee matchup like this, unless it's like Irelia. So you need to be up here playing like the footsies game, like getting him to potentially try and, like, you walk towards him, he walks towards you, but you Q and then turn around, like you stay out of his Q range. If he E's in, then he just dies. He has to try to Q you. So like you need to be familiar with his Q range and play outside of it and just constantly hit him and prevent him from crashing this wave. But it seems like you might not walk up.
Yeah, I just don't know the ranges and what I can't do before getting killed. Like, I think my mentality is just kind of thin this wave out as much as I can. Oh, but then he just leaves me, so it's fine.
Wait, what?
I was thinking he's going to dive me, so I'm going to try to thin this wave out.
Dive
but
you?
then he just... Yeah, he's scary. I'm flat.
Dive you? Okay. Never. There's no chance ever here he could dive. Like with ignite, he'd need to be level 4. Without it, it's impossible. Like there's no chance. You could stand still and let him land everything. The tower will kill him before he kills you easily. So yeah, that's a big problem if you thought you were diveable here. Because, yeah, like I said, like you're actually not in much danger at all right here under your tower. And this is where Fizz actually is. This is where Fizz is at his weakest, when you're like right in front of your tower and the wave's kind of almost in this like frozen spot between the two pillars, because he has to, jump into tower range to fight you. So you can try to thin the wave out. And Fizz has no wave clear without using the ability that he needs to do damage and the ability that leaves him very vulnerable if he doesn't have it. So if you thin out the wave and prevent this from crashing and like kind of push him away from these minions just for a little bit for this wave to get here, that can change the entire lane. But
okay, so when I'm in that uncomfortable spot where I'm like 300 health, like maybe 15 seconds ago, my maybe a little bit further. Yeah. So here's the really uncomfortable spot for me. So I guess the play is like, now that I'm in this losing state, just freeze towards my tower is what my goal should be here, right?
Well, not exactly freeze, but I mean it's like kind of freezing. It's basically like right now it's okay, let my potions kick in until I'm out of kill range. And hit level 3. After that, once you're not killable in one rotation by him, then and you hit level 3, then yeah, you walk up and you hit him with Q when he tries to walk at you, because then you're hitting the wave and him, and then that will thin out the wave so the next wave can get there. And then yeah, you'll do like a kind of a freeze that is you're just freezing it to make him try to take a bad recall. And then like you will break it, or you'll recall yourself, TP back in, and then break it. But point is, yeah, you need to make sure he doesn't just get a free recall here when you're not in any danger. He used ignite when he shouldn't have, so his kill pressure is way lower. And as you can see, he can't really clear the wave that fast. So if you walk up here and Q, that goes a long way here. But then you see like that, and then you walk up and pretty sure you kind of ruined your own CS there. But
yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, he stayed. Okay, careful. All right, so this is where you want to Q him. Let's see. Yeah, Q him. Okay, I hit him with E. Okay. Like to see a little more ease here, though. Okay. Good try. Oh boy. You. Okay. Alright, you got plenty of HP to work with here. You're in actually a decent spot. Oh, and did you get a cookie there? Is that what that was?
I think so.
Oh yeah, you're in a really good spot now. Wow, you have so much mana. Okay. The only scary part here is that Lee Sin is around. Okay, he's bot. Now you're good. Now you just have... Okay, now walk up. Yeah. No. Look.
Red team double kill.
Okay. So what Fizz needs to do in this matchup is whenever you do that, he needs to be walking towards you, like thinking that you're about to use E. And then he E's over it on top of you. Because his E is a big part of his, like, see, he maxes this ability. It's his most important one. So if he just uses it to avoid your ability, that's a win for you because your E isn't your most important one here. Your Q is the one that does the damage. And you have ranged auto attacks. So you can hit him nonstop.
Yeah,
So
I think I'm worried about him QWing me after his E, but I guess I shouldn't be worried about that because I have the wave and I have a fuck ton of autos.
Right, and it'll take him a year to kill you by just using QW and autoing you to death. Like, he'll be dead by that time. So, like, right here, what you should have seen was, oh, okay, he's fucked. Right here, you should have been like, oh, he messed up. So now you just go in. Only reason you wouldn't go in here is because if you would think Lee Sin's here, but we see him here, so you're in no danger. He's in a lot of danger. The Fizz. And it's very important that you take this chunk right here, because if you chunk him here and crash the wave, you can TP back in with full HP, and that's it. Lane's over. But you hit him with Q, and that's it. This guy's look, he's even hitting minions. Getting away with murder here. Yeah, hit him. Hit him. Oi. Oi. All right, now you're really in no danger. Oh my goodness gracious. See, look, this guy is never punished in this elo. No one ever punishes him for this nonsense. Like, he is griefing. Oh my goodness, if he doesn't die here, I might die.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah, see, so this is the classic.
Can I stand in his E there if I'm in that winning of a situation?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to do that, right? Like, you don't have to stand in his E, but, like, you should be thinking, okay, he's dead.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do in this situation. So
I mean,
what do I do here? Like, he's here. You like everything in your voice tells me that he's killable. Everything in my body is like, oh.
well, okay, just break. Like, it's all fundamentals. There's no special secret here. Look, let's look at level. Okay, level lead. You're level up. That's a very big deal at this point. Let's look at HP. You have nearly double his health. Let's look at the wave. You have a fucking army of minions, right? So what does he have going for him here? In your eyes, what makes him scary here when none of those things, he has nothing going for him?
I guess what I'm thinking is, like, if I'm Fizz, I can still land my E and then Q out. So I land, well, at least I trade back. I've already lost a bunch of my HP. I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he'll E me, maybe get a W off, and then Q out before I get the chance to, like, do a lot of autos. Maybe I get 2 autos.
Okay, so if you walk into this, for him to Q out, he has to Q one of these, right? Mm-hmm. And that puts him here. But you're here. How you still have E. Like, he will have to flash or he dies.
I see. Okay.
Like, this right here, what he's doing, like, this is, if I'm playing in like Diamond Master or whatever, and I see this, I will immediately say this guy is like a boosted player. That's like how much of a mistake this is from him. This is very, very, low elo type stuff. This is really bad from him. But this is why he does it. Look, he didn't even take damage for it. It's a situation where he should die or have to flash, and he didn't take any damage.
Yeah. So
right?
I really should just stand in his E, because if I stand away there like I did, I just can't punish him.
Well, you could still punish him. You don't actually have to stand in the E. You just needed to. I mean, look. He walks up.
Like, where should I be? Right there.
Like,
I should be walking forward, right?
You can walk forward. You don't have to actually, like, so we can see where his E will be, right? Like, see, look at how much room you have. You could even throw E here, and it will land. The only way he can dodge it if he Qs through one of these, but he doesn't even think. Apparently, he doesn't even think he's in danger. So he did that shit, right? So he didn't Q to anything. So you should have been much closer. You could just walk into his E, yeah. Woo! you know. But yeah, he needs to die for this. This is a big. This was like the turning point, or like the. This is where he was begging you to kill. Oh no, he's gonna walk up again, isn't he? Oh yeah, he wants those. He's not gonna be able to give it. No way. No fucking way. He's gonna E. He's gonna W that. Okay. All right, so this this isn't the worst that so what you need to be thinking about here is it's similar to before, where like he wants to try to avoid one of your abilities with his E. Your E is the most telegraphed one, like the one where he has a year to react to it. Your Q he can't react to. He has to predict. So the way you'd approach this is like you walk up, you go to auto him. If he doesn't use E, then he's probably trying to react to something. So you just throw Q. If he does E the Q, it doesn't even matter, because you're gonna you have 3 points and now it's 4 seconds. So you'll end up using W and E on him again, and then your Q will come back up. But point is, you don't ever have to throw an ability that is very easily dodged. When
Can you go back like maybe 5 seconds? I think that maybe I was trying to do the thing where I punish him for going for that auto on the minion, and I think I really fuck up the timing. That could have just been an autopilot E. Let me see what happens here.
No, you were contesting CS, which is good. But all I'm saying is the way you contest the CS is something unreactable, because he's already shown you what he likes to do. You know, he's already shown you that like multiple times he's reacted to your E and used his E. So instead, you can just use Q. It does more damage. It's a lower cooldown. And he will probably get hit by it and then try to E anyway, reacting to it, like misfire. Because he shouldn't be trying to react right now. He should be trying to predict. But point is, you don't ever have to use like an ability, 10-second cooldown ability when it's Fizz, so he can easily just E over it. Instead, just hit him with autos and Q, because he can't react to that. And then here, I'm not too worried about you missing the W. I'm more worried about the fact that you didn't get all your damage on your Q, because like look, like you walked really far away again when he's still just griefing. Like he shouldn't even E in here like this. So you should be closer. Even if his E hits you, who cares? Because you're gonna blast him with a point blank Q. He has how much HP? 527. Your Q does basically half of that if you land it. But okay, those autos were good though. So like you're still ahead here now because he's trolled so many damn times. But
It was for the CS.
Oi, 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 oi. So like, see, look. You should never be recalling before him right now. Look how fucked he is. You're about to hit 6 too.
I'm thinking I don't have any mana. I don't know where Lee is, and I don't know. I don't have flash. I'm feeling like more killable. I'm thinking, okay, here I'd probably just rather just take the safe thing and like get a tempo at least, because I can't kill him here, right?
Okay, so this is good, because this is such a big issue with players in this elo, where so if Lee isn't, let's say Lee's not in this game, let's just say it's literally 1v1. Okay. Do you still recall here?
Probably not. I have TP. I don't think I recall here if Lee isn't here.
Okay, so and why? Why wouldn't you recall here?
He's so low that if it's just me and him, I can probably just still do enough damage with Qs and autos that even if he misses, even if I miss my WE, I probably still win anything.
Basically, the lane's so fucked for him, there's nothing he can do to kill you, correct?
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything, especially after one more minion you hit 6. Then there's really nothing you can do, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. You need to understand that scenario of like what we're talking about, Lee not being here, that is how you're supposed to play. You are supposed to play this like the jungler doesn't exist. If you don't, and you do stuff like this, you cannot climb. This is so important. This is probably the most important thing we've talked about today, because this is why I tell people in like gold platinum that I coach so many people in this elo. That's why I tell them I want you to not even think about the jungler yet. This is why thinking about the jungler is actually making your gameplay worse. You have to bury these players in lane, or you cannot consistently climb, especially when you're playing Swain. Swain, you should be thinking, oh, I'm about to hit level 6. If this fucking Lee shows up, I'm going to kill them both. Because you will.
I have like 168 mana. I don't think I can kill them both.
No,
Even
no.
with how low Fizz is. At most, I just limp away.
No, you level up, which gives you a bunch of mana back. You turn on your ult, and there's no chance. Trust me, 150%. You are not killable, and you will easily kill one, and the other one might try to escape. They need to be afraid of you here, and that's like, and it's like you need to be thinking of it this way: Fizz is griefing. He's griefed 10 times. Now, of course, you should have already, he should be in a worse spot than this, but. Let's say he didn't make a bunch of misplays, and this is the best you could get out of him. Like, you cannot recall first, because all that does is let him clear this. He recalls, and you recall. That's it. So, like, he doesn't. Nothing happens. Yeah. So all of that griefing, what did you get from it? Nothing. That can't happen. The step one to climbing in this game, especially once you're starting to get platinum, low diamond, high diamond, is win your lane. Kill them. Get fed, because it's only going to get harder. It's only going to get harder to carry the better players you go against, because if you're just 0-0 in lane, if you just play to survive, the enemy laners aren't going to be playing to survive. They're going to be playing to kill, and they're going to be 5-0 coming out of lane. That doesn't change all the way into challenger.
Okay, so let's say that I stay here then. Let's say that I stay here with the resources that I have. I want to know what I can get here, because I still don't think that I can kill Fizz just with like the.
You don't,
because I'm almost.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm sorry.
You don't kill him here.
Okay, so I guess what is the punish supposed to be here?
Yep. So the way this works is he should always have to recall first. So you don't throw. Oh yeah. Also, the reason why you're so low on mana. So you used E here. We already talked about like this E wasn't good. Use W here. Use Q there. Okay. And then now here, you should be. Now you should not be using any E's. You should be walking up here looking for him to try to stop him from recalling. And then you finish clearing the wave. And if he recalls here, that's fine. That's it. Then you got your punish. He took a bad recall. He misses an entire wave. If he stays, you do basically the same thing. You harass him under tower. Next wave comes. You push it in. He has to choose again to either take a bad recall, or try to stay and survive, but you're going to be level 6. You could dive him. So
what about when he's 6 though? If he's 6 and he's still fucked?
Yeah. How, like, him being 6, the scenario, like, first of all, your ult is way stronger than his ult. Like, Swain level 6, way scarier than a Fizz level 6, unless he's fed. But you got, like, he hits 6, he can't one-shot you, so it doesn't really matter. Like, he can't just jump in and one-shot you before you do this much damage to him. He's going to have, he's going to level up so he'll be half HP, but you're going to level up. So you're going to have more HP, you're going to have your ult, which heals you, right? Like, he still doesn't even have Ignite. So, like, even if he does have Ignite, it doesn't even matter. Basically, there is no world he can kill you. So you have to stay, push him in nonstop, try to conserve your mana while you do it. Like, just use Q. This costs what, a 90? Oh, 50. 55. It doesn't do that much damage to the wave, though, yeah. So it's not even worth using E to push. You should just use Q anyway, Q and auto. And, like, so if he wasn't recalling here, you just auto attack. You don't even Q the wave. Because you can just slowly push it in. And then if he starts a recall, then yeah, you Q, because you want to get under tower, because you want him to stay. You want him to stay because you're gonna dive him, or you're gonna get ganked and you're gonna kill them both because you're gonna hit 6. this is like such a good scenario for you. It's insane.
Got it. Yeah, I think okay. I was playing to the wrong, like, totally wrong scenario then. Because, yeah, that E was like, I just want tempo. When it should have been, I don't want tempo, I want to kill this guy.
Yeah. Like, see, wanting tempo, like, that's like, you're trying to, like, sprint and run a marathon before you can crawl, right? Like, you got to start with the baby steps, the fundamentals. Kick the shit out of this guy, and then we can talk about tempo, right?
Yeah.
But...
yeah.
Here, he's just getting away with murder. Look at this shit. This low HP, and he's just gonna clear the wave and recall. Now you guys just, like, you don't even... I mean, you get tempo with the TP, but... Like...
Oh, God, I don't even think I fucking TP here, dude.
Then
the waves just meet in the neutral, in a neutral state, and then just nothing changes.
Right, nothing changes. If you force him to take a bad recall, you don't even need a TP for the tempo advantage. He takes a bad recall... You shove the wave in, recall, come back to lane. It doesn't, nothing, like, you're ahead. That's it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to waste your summoner spell, nothing.
Right.
So yeah, like, you need to have that mentality in laning phase in general. That's why in the Malzahar VOD, at the start, I was like, it's not good that it's 10 minutes in, you both have ADCS, 0-0. That should not be happening in these elos, right? Like, you need to be beating them in lane. You need to be stomping them in lane. They're griefing nonstop. And you're Swain. You beat them in lane, that's it. Like, you just roll over everybody. That's why he's so good in low elo. So now that he is, like, he made it to this point without falling behind, this is where things get harder for you. Like I said at the start.
Somehow he actually has 6 here. I don't know how.
It's
I have 5, he has 6. How?
It's because, so... You see how the wave is coming to you right now? So
yeah.
So, like, you would have hit 6 first, but see, like, since the wave's pushing to you, he got this XP right here before you're getting that XP.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you just have to kill the 1 minion. Like, you could even bait him here. Like, even if you walk up here and Q him, like, if I'm you here, I walk up acting like I'm brain dead. Level 5, but I'm actually going to Q him, kill the cannon, level up to 6, and while he is jumping on top of me. Now he's fucked, because he can't 100 to 0 you. He has to kill you in like 2 to 3 rotations. If he has Ignite, it'll be 2 rotations, depending on your HP, but at full HP, he can't kill you. So if he overcommits, like he's on top of you while you walk up, he's fucked.
I see, okay.
Oh my god, see? You see how, like, I know he's going to try to use his level 6 advantage. That's why I would have done what I was just saying. Walk up, use Q, because I know he's going to try to abuse level 6 because he's not tracking the experience like he should be. He should know you're also 1 minion from 6 because neither of you are behind. So, like, he's making another mistake here. Kill his ass. You see? See how I can't kill you in 1 rotation?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, it feels like he almost did, though.
Well, yeah, he did almost, but, like, that's the thing, though. See, notice how if he doesn't have flash, he dies. That's why, like, 1 rotation, like, he used all of his damage here. Like, that's it. That's all he has. So, the fact that you're alive, that's all that matters. You are alive, and you aren't out of damage. You're Swain. Like, if he doesn't flash that, you pull him in, and you just kill him. Nothing he can do. If he wasn't able to freely farm, the early game, and you actually got a lead, you hit 6 before he does. Like, see, remember I was saying how, like, if he recalled right there and he lost 1 whole wave, that's fine. You got to punish. Look why that's so important right here. If you're coming back into lane because he took a bad recall and he missed 1 wave, you're coming back into lane, the wave's coming to you, you're 6. He's 5. How does he even touch the wave when you're level 6 and it's pushing to you and he's level 5?
Right. So if that's the case, then I walk up, bully him. He can't walk up.
Right. That the lane is over from 1 bad recall. You didn't have to kill him. You just had to make him recall first.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Now I see why missing that punish was like, yeah.
And that's on top of, like all the other, big mistakes he's made that weren't punished. But like that one. The reason why that one was so important because it's a mentality thing. It wasn't just like a lane knowledge thing. Because that's going to apply to everybody.
Right.
All that makes sense?
It does, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool. So yeah,
We're on time, actually.
yeah. So I just want to see kind of what happens right here. Okay, your potion's rolling.
I think I want to just TP back, right?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So you had the right idea. Like, see this, like this, I'm not worried about. Like, if you die like this, it's not a big deal. Dying to the jungler is like the least of your worries at the moment. It might not feel like that when you play and like the jungler ganks you a bunch and you die. It's like, ah, fuck the jungler. I need to learn how to play around the jungler. Believe me, if you learn how to lane first and you punish these, you're gonna want the jungler to gank you because you're gonna kill them both.
Right, because I would have already had an advantage here if I had played earlier correctly.
Right. And remember, in the previous VOD, I talked about how like the smallest things change everything. Look how, because he hit 6 first and he ulted you, now you're this HP. All of this happened. This death happens because you missed the punishes earlier.
Right.
None of this is the same without it. Without that.
I think you're right that it feels so much worse to get shit on by like jungle presence versus like missing a punish. I don't feel anything because I just don't notice that it happens.
You're not realizing how much that changes the game. You'll be, if you're laning properly, you're gonna just be killing them on repeat when they try to gank you because you're Swain. That's like one of the beauties of Swain. So yeah, dying like this, I'm not worried about. It's everything before. So yeah, that's actually probably a perfect place to stop here. So yeah, that's just all fundamental stuff, right? Like that's not anything specific to Fizz. That is going to apply to anybody.
Yep.
So
there were a couple Fizz specific things, but it was just like not fucking up my spacing and knowing when he's out of damage and that I can go in.
So yeah, this was actually a really good VOD to look at. I'm glad we opened this too, because I mean, laning phase is the most important part of the game. So if you never told me that's how kind of you were playing and thinking, like letting people get away with shit like this because of the jungler, and you could be stuck with that, and I would never know to tell you, right? Like that's a big mentality like block that stops people from climbing and progressing. So yeah, all of your mental energy should be, how do I kick the shit out of this laner? How do I punish all the mistakes they're gonna make? Then, once you're doing that, we can talk about the jungler.
All right, man. Yeah, sounds
Sound
good
good?
to me. Yeah, last question before we dip here.
Sure.
So both of these were against matchups. Malzahar, Fizz, like they're lanes where I can exist as a champion. Does that mentality exist when I can't exist as a champion?
Yes.
So things like Tristana or something, right?
Yeah, so
Like,
Trist is a cunt, for sure. Like, Trist is a motherfucker in lane. But, yes, you can, like, these players, you know, the only champ I will say, like, okay, well, so first of all, every single champ you go against, yes, you need to have this mentality. The only champ where I can say, like, no matter how shit they are, they have a chance at, like, killing you is Irelia. She's, like, the only one. Because she doesn't need to land anything, you know, you can drool on your keyboard, cue the wave, and auto someone to death, and you can't really harass her that well because she just heals off the wave. Doesn't mean you should lose to every Irelia, you should still be trying to beat them. But yeah, any matchup, no matter how hard, these players don't have these fundamentals. I mean, look how hard these players are griefing. Malzahar griefing nonstop, like walking up, but where you should kill him. Fizz eating into 50 minions with no HP, right? So, yeah, even the hard matchups, you should be winning. And the ones that you feel like are impossible, bring to me. I love explaining laning phase. It's the best part of the game. So,
yeah, I'm getting super fucking value out of this. Because, yeah, this affects the rest of the game. So it
Yes.
is as if I was getting a VOD review for the whole game.
right, yeah, this is the most important part. It's so, that's why it always hurts me to like skip it. You know, it's just like, it's so important.
Yeah, sorry to make you do that. Yeah, it's
Oh, no,
just
you're
that
good.
every other coaching session, it's like, you know what, I do want to focus on other stuff. So,
Yeah, for sure. I understand that totally. Any other questions?
I think we're good here. I think one time you told me there was like a Pantheon VOD I should watch. Like, you should probably link
Oh
that
my
to me, I
god.
think.
Yeah, see, I'm brain dead. Okay, so,
No, you good, you good.
are you going to be like around?
I'm here this. Yeah. I don't have
Okay.
to go anywhere this time.
Okay, so I'll pull it up after this. If I forget, like I'm so like my ADHD is so bad. Like I will literally say, okay, we're gonna watch it in 2 minutes. Give me a sec, and then I'll forget. So just say something in chat. Be like, hey, you fucking brain dead like mutt. Like, please put on the Pantheon VOD, and we'll watch
know
it.
you well enough. I'll be more polite than that.
But yeah, we will. That's what we will do next. I will put it on and we will watch it.
Chill. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for so much for your help.
Yep, no problem. I will see you next time.
All right. See ya.
Peace.